Okay, from 28 to 54. Basically, I don't want to read it sentence by sentence. Just talk about firstly, Rebecca went back, right? Told his mother and brother what's going on, and they saw the golden ring, golden bracelet. So they went to the well, invited the servant to their house, and the servant repeat what's going on. Okay, repeat what's going on, and told them that's from Jehovah, the God's will, everything from God's will, and he explained everything step by step. What am I pray? What happens sequentially? Yeah, then what happens? So it's everything makes sense. In here, I saw like two things actually proved what I suggested before. Firstly, the servant Isaiah, he didn't go to the Nahal city by himself. Yeah, he probably I would say probably with servants, with many servants, many like slaves or many pirates. So that's the reason when he goes through the desert, nobody dare to like rob them. One is possible he's a unique facial feature. Another is very possible is they are a group of people when they carry like a gold, those precious wedding gifts. It's you need a bodyguard. So those servants are maybe strong and a bodyguard. So that's the first things, because in there it indicates they have like other servants with him. The second thing is I noticed actually he did get really close to the girl. Really close to the girl. Why? Because he put the ring on over the girl's nose, the nose ring, and put the two bracelet over her two hand. So what he can see really close to the girl, like even can smell her body, smell really close. So it's firstly he saw it's beautiful, but when you think beautiful, it's not necessary. You have to get close, right? Close to see, to smell any scar, anything. So I think Ishmael, I think he's a butler. He manages women for his masters. So he has a lot of ways to analyze, to judge a women, whether they are good, whether they have internal issue, something, because you can see through women's skin color, eye pupil color, or lip color, or something close, even dandruff, something, right, to see if they have genetic issues. Also, you can smell from their breathing, because when you put it on the nose, you have to really close. You can smell what her breathing inside her mouth, what is she eats. So that's the ways I think he's through the small daily testing, daily like a movement to look inside. That's that's a good way of deep thinking. Okay. Then next is the girl. She is like firstly she introduced herself, right? Why? Because in ancient time you don't just say I have. You usually you need a reference. So the girl referenced herself as someone's daughter, which means these two people are credible. They are my reference. So this in modern community, we always need like at least two reference numbers, at least talking about two reference numbers to for yourself. And another is when the butler heard about this, he gave thanks to God. I think that's very important for nowadays. People has the sense of sensitivity, I would say. Basically, when you realize something, when you sense the change, right, you you don't just say, okay, let's do it. Actually, I think you need to pause, slow down a little bit, and you need to give the thanks to what you pray for, to the God, because in the Bible it does say God is listening all the time, and the divine word is very interesting. They around us 24/7, and kind of like a quantum word. It's the momentarily change causes another different opens different paths. So give thanks on time. Yeah, it's very important, very important. Also, when he talked to the girl's parent, the brother, and like a mother's, he explained the whole things. He also gives thanks. It's kind of more missionary, and you don't just give thanks yourself. If you truly believe it, you give thanks publicly. So that's in later Bible keeps saying you publicly announce yourself. You publicly say I'm the Christian. You publicly whatever. You have to public announce to show your position. So the earth, the fallen angel, the heavens, they can all hear. So they know where you belong to. It's a very interesting if really put yourself into a divine word to see the whole thing. I also realized there are a couple more things. Firstly, in ancient time, that's the rule. The water resources belong to the city, right? And so when some outsider arrive the city, you want water, you need a permission. Otherwise, it's considered what? Robbery, or considered some kind of violation. So, but if a citizen offer you drink, it's fine. It's totally legal. And in here, when we realize Rebecca not only offered the drink to the stranger, she also offered the water to camels. Does she got the right to do so? As long you do yourself. She cannot ask others because she didn't give permission. There is no permission for her to say, okay, I allow you to give the water resource to others. But if you do on your own labor, you carry this, it'll be fine. So I finally realized when the butler, the servant, asked Rebecca, say, okay, if you not only offer me water, also offer my camel's water, because Rebecca cannot ask his servants, the other servants with him, to let's go get the water or something, give order. She has to complete the work by herself. So that's the point, to test her, firstly, whether she is strong enough. Secondly, whether she willingly to work hard and obey the rule. It's not only love, it's not only physical work. It's because, well, if you have a helper, you can ask other citizen, right? Or ask a servant to do. No, it's the rule. You have to do on your own. Yeah, it is. So that's the first point I noticed. And Rebecca also did it. She did that. She did obey the rules. So as a future housewife or a future Isaac's wife, she is not only need to be strong, smart, she also need to play by the rule. Because it doesn't matter you're a pirate or you are a chieftain, whatever, you are a chief's wife. It doesn't matter evil or kindness. You still, a lot of time you still need to play the rule. Those politicians, they play the rules, right? Even you twist the rule, but still rules. So that's the first things. Another thing I realize is because the servant actually he brought a couple fellows, because in the following sentence it showed it's a plural, not by himself. So there are a couple peoples, but those peoples at the beginning it didn't say anything, didn't mention about anything about it. kind of like a non-existence. So at the very far beginning, I thought just by himself, but actually not. They are the way to actually make those soldiers invisible. They are very disciplined. They just very quiet, disciplined, and they move just with very good formation, just like a one. That makes them invisible. So that's another possible, is they are well trained, like 380 soldiers, right? Abraham brought them to beat all 5 kings, and those pirates on the way, 800 miles, 800 kilometers, those journeys, no one dared to like mess with them because they are killers. They are very strong, disciplined person. In the ancient time, discipline, formation is everything. Because right now we have all kinds of weapons. We have missiles. We have all kinds of ways to play the war. We have unlimited warfare. So the war is more like a 4-dimensional, even 5-dimensional. You play the psychological warfare through the media, all kinds of things. But that time in the cold weapon era, the war is only 2-dimension. You expanded one person's power to a formation, and you make it more unique, more synchronized, and the good formation expand the power, make the power larger, enlarge the power. So that's ancient time, those Rome formation, Macedonia formation, all those things make a sense. Yeah. Also, I realize preparation is very important. Preparation. Because when the servant gave the girl ring, it's on her nose, right? And when you give her the nose ring, or your wrist put a 2 like a golden bracelet over it, you gave to them, offer to wear it. And the girl said, okay, yeah, thanks, put on it. Something you are really close to smell her breeze, to see her teeth, to getting really close to observe her inner clothes, those kind of details. But can you get all the conclusion, all the deductive answering from like just one moment? No, you can't. You have to accumulate those knowledges daily before with your experience. So that's what I say. Like it's basically adjustment. Verify, adjust, because when you pray to God, when you ask for a miracle, when you ask for some sign, special, unique signs, when God shows you, is it necessarily God's sign? Not necessarily. It might come from fallen angel, came from the earth. Everyone can show you something, right? But you have to adjust it. And in the later, the guy, he repeat the whole thing. I use the word verbatim. He just repeat word by word, just everything, what he did and what happens next. It's try to trace and try to clarify. This is followed by the God's will and the God leading him to this stop. So eventually the brother and the mother has nothing to say, and they agreed. So I think this is another part we should pay attention to. Yeah. Also another thing is this really like remind me the knowledge, the way we obtain the knowledge, because most people, they obtain the knowledge, book knowledge through need, what they need. They need to take good grade. They need to do the test through the high school to college, like China, like Gaokao. It's the most important test in their life. They need to be some good. They need to go to grad school, so they pick up some older book, right? I think it's a very bad like a learning method, because when you need knowledge, when you need something, yeah, you do have some kind of driven force, but when you're satisfied, kind of like after you satisfy your hunger, you're not enjoying the food anymore. You're full, right? But for me, I'm not good like number one, number two. I even never had it. No, I had a number 10, but I never like really like a good student in the school. But I'm still enjoying learning, still enjoying accumulate all kinds of knowledge, kind of like the pyramid. You at the very far beginning, your foundation may be really big and your work is slow, but you don't. I'm not expecting it to be the number one, to make a little sharp tower. I'm just keep putting layer and a layer up. Gradually, you found something in the life. It's applicable and useful. You start towards that direction. So I achieve certain parts as a pyramid, but I'm keep building. It's not finished yet, So you keep building your pyramid, and you not feel tired because what? Because your daily life, it's you breathe through it. That's I always encourage my son to do so. Just read all kinds of magazine, apply the knowledge in the life, even play stupid like those games. It's fine, because you enjoy the knowledge, you accumulate knowledge. Eventually we're gonna die. Use the knowledge or not, but still like better than people hate read and feel tired about the school. And when you have to use the book, you have to find it's total different mindset behind it. It's one is you are the master of the knowledge. You are the master of the study. Another is you are the slave. You're driven by the needs. That's I think. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, everybody. One question: is it important that Jesus was born on the December 24th? Not really, right? Because he could have born on December 23rd or December 31st. Who knows? Because you don't know it. We don't know it. So we just make a day, or we find some way to define a day to celebrate. Is it a matter if you really celebrate on the correct day or incorrect day? No, it's not important. The important is you celebrate. You not celebrate to yourself, because the celebration, the joys, the spirit, it's kind of like we always talk about the quantum world, cause and the consequence, all those things. It connects you to another world. So your thoughts, your willing power, everything makes sense. Maybe your faith, maybe your joy is not that pure. So what? Divine still receive it. Maybe you are so pure, you are so strong faith. So what? Doesn't make no difference. Make no difference. Matter is this day, everybody synchronize, all their willing power kind of get together, and so the heaven can receive it. So the fallen angel can see it. So the earth can know it. It's kind of like on this day, you declare yourself. You declare yourself. You select the side. Yeah, that's so that's the reason, this day, Christmas Eve, right? A lot of crime rate go up. People suicide, people murder, all kinds of things happen. People happy. It's kind of everything is focused on that day. Yeah, that's because that's the concept behind it. When divine try to consolidate all your willing powers, all your thoughts together to select the sides, indeed, it's just the day. So Jesus born on December 24th is just what should I say? It's a consensus. It's a consensus. Okay. Also, yeah, I just realized one thing. I still didn't finish the previous talk about uh, Elijah and Rebecca, the butler and Isaac's future wife. There is a very important things inside our money. Money. Yeah, everything is about money, and you need to assess, quick assessment, right? And do the response about the money. So in there, firstly, Rebecca, she sensed the opportunity from what? From the butler, because the dress he has and the camels, and he's a slave, his soldiers in the formation. So definitely came from a rich client, right? Rich family, and they are well trained. So it's worthy to kind of make effort. Well, that's my conspiracy theory, but I rather think this way. So Rebecca she took initiative, and she made effort, and she's dedicated. She rather just really tired to do everything. She want to see try to make a rapport between her family and that's the rich people, right? It's you can call it kindness, but you know what? If you have a long distance drive experience, or if you go to those strange place, some store is very nice to you, very kind to you. It's not necessary they're nice to you, they're kind to you, because you are strange and they want a business. They want no more things. That's what I feel. Then after the assessment, she gained the extra. She gained the extra reward, 2 gold bracelet and the nose ring, the 1 gold ring, right? And these kind of gold value is about 1 year salary. People, 1 year salary. That's exceed her value. So she's so happy. At this moment, she willingly to invite this butler and his camel people to her home to make more like a connection. So she went home, right? And this time, butler seems like the God responds to his praise. So butler is waiting, see what's her parents' response. And the same thing, her parents realized the gold, because the father noticed, see the gold ring, gold everything, asked her where it came from. So she answered, repeat the things, right? Then her father is immediately just to say, okay, let's just invite them home. Why? Because when you show the value, the gold ring, the gold bracelet, everything, the value exceeded, which means if your salary is $100,000, you give like a 10% tip, or not 20% tip, right? But if you're a millionaire, you give a $50 tip probably, because you're happy, because I think money is not the issue. So at this moment, they realize this guy is not just a rich, decent rich business people. This guy is very rich. So the reward is far exceed Rebecca should have. So they just go there, went to the well and asked him, oh, come on to our house, and we will treat you, So, and when they go home, right, repeat everything, and they have nothing to reject, because when they see all the servants, they're quiet, they're disciplined, their formation, they're strong, everything, they realize. But there is one more things, like one more change. Maybe that's probably the Jewish people, in their mind, they like to verify, they like to trick you or something. We talk about that later in the next talk. Yeah, from 57 to 67, it's talk about basically Rebecca, his brother and the mother, wants the servant to stay 10 more days. And servant told them, yeah, just the Lord grant my wish, right? So I need to leave right now to next day. So they asked the girl Rebecca's her like idea. Then she said, yeah, I will go with them. Then right after they went back, Isaac saw her, and the women, Rebecca did a certain, I believe a certain tradition or some culture. She put she covered her face. Then eventually Isaac married with her. Then they love each other. He got a comfort from it. So I think that's the story. But in here, like I try to emphasize, firstly, why they want the servant stay 10 more days. There are a couple, like maybe it's just a couple more hypotheses. But one is, well, they love this sister. They want to prepare their gift, like a returning gift, well, get them, because you marry, you have the gift to the bride side, right? And the bride side is supposed to return some kind of things. So the more you return shows you more rich, precious, or something. That's one of it. But another thing is like this. It's we call it a due diligence check, right? Yes, indeed, the servant talking, everything makes sense and all indicates he's from good intention, everything. And but you know what? I want to make a due diligence check about whether it is true or what's the real situation. So as a precaution, I request 10 days. Why? Because from the city Haran to where Abraham they live, the tribe where they are, it's about like 5 days, 800 miles, 800 kilometers. So if you ride a horse, like a fast running, so you can do like 5 days back forth, right? 5 days back forth. So that's about 10 days. But the servant said, please do not detain me. It's he already sensed the feeling they are not really wanting to prepare the gift something. He feel that's the ways they want to, like one is they want to make sure it's to verify things, right? Secondly, I think when he said God's grant me this and I need to go, I realize God's blessing, it's not forever. It's a timely. So when God say, oh, you will be rich, it's within certain time. When God say you will be powerful, it's under certain condition, within certain time. So you will be powerful, maybe 10 years, 5 years. As condition change, everything changes. So that's I realize. And the servant, actually, the butler, he knew it very clearly. And when they ask Rebecca's idea whether she wants to stay or she wants to leave, if she wants to stay, the servant has to respect her her will, right? But Rebecca, actually, she fully understands the situation. I think she noticed that's how hard those people they went through and what kind of position she will assume, she will take. It's not only a housewife. Maybe she need to control those pirates, those special force people. So that requires you have you deal with the situation, like you make a decision quick. Yeah. So she made a decision. We go now, because also another thing is there are pirates along the way. So if you slow and the preparation of the marriage, all those news leak to those pirates, what are they gonna do? They're gonna gather more pirates to rob you, right? The risks go up. But if it's just a camel with a couple of people, travelers, you have a less goods, less treasure. Yeah, it's a less value for those pirates to kill or to get a couple camels. It means nothing, right? Yeah. Also, another is the butler and his like his soldiers. Just they probably is famous and they have like a very significant those kind of mark or some kind of signal. They say, oh, that's Abraham's people. They are scary. I don't want to mess with them because all bad people, all pirates, you're looking for the value. You're looking for, you basically invest $10, you get like a $1,000 or get $100, right? It works. But if you get $100 and you put $100, you didn't get nothing, or you get like a $5. Why you want to do that, right? So that's the point. Rebecca made a decision, yeah, very quick. Yeah, so she's a dedicated woman, and also another thing is they talk about Isaac saw Rebecca. Rebecca so asked who he is, and they said that's my master. Rebecca, oh yeah, that's my future husband. So she put a face, cover her face, right? It's kind of like a respect. Also, it's a self-esteem. She keep her self-esteem. Mystery is everything. You know, it's you don't just show yourself so easily. Yeah, she don't give up herself easily. Yeah, that's I think. So she remains certain way before the marriage. Before the marriage, she keep the mystery and she keep herself like secure. Also, I think like when it's after marriage, Isaac was comforted. Yeah, since her mother left, right? So that even like proved the previous we talk about. Isaac is a mother's baby, and nobody really likes him. Just Abraham doesn't give a damn about these kids, and only like only Sarah like him, and so he's kind of like after father wants to kill him, he depressed. So only place he stay with the mother. So when Rebecca is the mother image. I highly believe it's more mother image. Rebecca is a strong and she's a nice, she's a smart, she's a basically I think it totally satisfy Isaac's mama's boy, that kind of image. So Isaac got confident. That's fine, right? He finds his love, and the Rebecca didn't. Rebecca is easy to deal with it because Rebecca, her character is take initiative, control, precise, dedication, and she's strong. So it's fine. It's that's I see the whole story. World War II, there is a very famous war tactics. In the German, it's called the Blitzkrieg, and the general I think is Heinz Gudering. He developed. English is called lightning war, right? Lightning war. Basically, you move fast. You generate all kinds of like psychologically or like social, like the differentiates, and so disorganize the enemy. So you made like what you try to achieve or you occupy. But I highly doubt that he is the first one. I think either Jewish people or actually way back that time, I think Abraham I was thinking historically, documentally, I highly believe Abraham, he is the one started. And that kind of mind, I say, you use a lightning war speed and create the time shift, lag of a time. You know, when you're doing the volleyball, you have what? You have the shift of time, shift of the position, right? That kind of, you make enemy, the reaction time based on difference, you make a blunt hit. So I think Abraham, remember way back that time when Abraham tried to fight the 5 kings, he led his 380 special force, right? They used their horse like a tank, speed, right? Speed. And they just from wherever they lived and go to a total different place, 100 miles away, they just take 5 kings, all the captures, take down their soldiers, because those kind of like those kind of infantry, they're doing all the like I think the supportive mission, right? So they take down them, they capture all the women's, all the treasures, and when he come back, he cheat and lie in front of King Melchizedek. But anyway, I think he is the first one to start the lightning war. And after that, what else we can see? We're in the life. I think the second one, when Sodom city was destroyed, right? And Abraham, he is looking that direction, and he saw the smoke, saw the dust. It's basically precaution. He just immediately ordered the movement. The whole tribe move south, stay away from enemies like retaliation. So that what he used time, he make decision fast, he do in front of enemies move, right? So that's another way of his protect and his gain the upper hand. And another is, let's say, the butler, right? The butler. When the butler move from bring all the like goods, try to go to the Haran, the city Haran, try to find the wife for Isaac. He brought his soldiers, very organized, very good formation with 10 camels. I think they never stop. They not stop. They just fast, really fast. Punch through. I'd rather call it a punch through, because took him what, 3 days something? No, he stopped 3 times or a couple times. So usually like those camels stop 100 miles, right? 150 miles. He probably like keep moving until like in the middle, just do the maximum. He just punch through. So those kind of pirates, I'd rather say those peasants pirates, they can't follow his speed, so they have to let him go, because kind of like a turtle wants to eat a rabbit, and the rabbit jumps so fast, so doesn't matter how hard the turtle wants to eat, it's too much, so just let it go. And same thing, Rebecca, she adapted that kind of concept. They need a speed before you react. So Rebecca just made a fast decision. Boom, let's move. I'm ready to go. Instead of like his brother and the mother said, okay, yeah, we stay 10 more days, something. 10 more days, you give enemy a lot of preparing time. And it's one is you increase the uncertainty. You bring a lot of uncertainty within it, right? And it's just like, but she made a decision quick, boom, just move. Also, they fully understand the God's will. God's will is same thing. It's basically the heavens, between the heavens and the fallen angel and the earth, the battles. The battles, it has time limit. It has time limit. Yeah, the agreement between each other, it's not like a forever. Everything is not forever. Just think about your contract. Your contract has time limitation. Your marriage, yeah, has a limitation, because if you separate too long, yeah, it has time limitation. If you sick for too long, maybe your dear son will just leave you, So everything has time limit. So that's I learned from the whole thing. So I think lightning war, that kind of tactic, it's from like Abraham, or from like a way early human stage. Maybe the documentary, I would say Abraham is the one first to apply this. So I'm not letting like the Gudrun to take the Heinz Gudrun to take the credit. No. Okay, let's talk about the whole chapter. Okay, let's rewind it. Firstly, Abraham wants find a daughter-in-law for his son, right? So he asks he's a butler. Probably he's a son with some slave, right? To go to his brother's city, Nahor, to find one, because they tend to have the habit married within the same tribe. Then the butler group some kind of soldiers or some slaves, and with 10 camel of food or treasure, whatever supply. Then they went to Naha. Then the butler made a wish or pray, a test, whatever, something in front of the city, right? Near the well, near the fountain, and ask God to help him to pick up the future lady for the house. Then Rebecca, she found them, and she took initiatively, talked to them, right? And she made an effort. After that, she got the permission from the family, so she invited them to the house. And actually, her brother invited them to the house. The butler repeated everything again and again, and those guys tried to do due diligence check, but Rebecca didn't. Rebecca and the butler believe all the blessing and all the opportunity are timely, so they stopped. Then they just immediately return. After they return, Rebecca keep self-high esteem. She covered her face before she met or before she really married with Isaac. Then after that, Isaac found out Rebecca is a perfect match for him. So that's the story. In here, we can see whole thing this way. Firstly, Abraham is kind of like a president, like a general, right? Big general. And basically, he just give a what? Give a strategic plan. You need to do something, that direction, go somewhere else, and you have my authorization. And same thing, the butler said, if I do exactly what you say and it doesn't happen, it cannot happen, what should I do? Then said, no, not blame on you, because Abraham, it's a test. It's a test for his own strategy and for his brother house, whether they are still worthy of connected or stay, or he can do it independently, because that's the request between him and his previous family. If they still value him, if they still kind of recognize him, then they will agree his request. Otherwise, there is no regret nor nothing will stop him to just, I start my own tribe. Start my own tribe in the Canaan area. That's what I believe. Then that's the boss, what he think. It's a test, it's a request, and it's a strategic direction. And for the butler, he is colonel, general, that kind of level. So he's a more tactical level. So he need to consider all the detail, more detailized, the detail on the road, what kind of bandit they might attack us, and how should I do kind of a camouflage, everything. How should we do a maneuver, convoy, all kinds of things, the pace, everything. So he need to consider this. Also when he arrived the city, right? The way he set up the test, the girl, everything, it's you see, I already explained early, it's a more deep thinking, psychologically, socially, personally. It's very, very deep assess for the one they need it, they want it for Isaac. And actually it is good for God. So when God say you pray, I will answer, you pray not answer, is because you pray God, meet God's requirement God wanted. So God will make things happen, try to make things happen, right? And I think in here, a divine, they make things happen is through emotionally or they toggle your mind. So God didn't just direct tell Rebecca said, okay, Rebecca, go for it. Maybe God just draw Rebecca's attention. Sometimes you have you notice you have a sudden kind of peak. You want to see something, and something draw your attention. Is that possible from your inside, from God, divine? You never know, but it's possible someone is behind a push a little bit. Yeah, so that's the point. When he meets everything, God makes things happen. It's a quantum theory. It's a tangle. They tangle, right? Then Rebecca took initiative and assessed everything, and she found out the new opportunity, everything. She made an effort. Then with the 1 year salary, the big like a gold like a reward, she was shocked. Definitely, she was shocked. But she think like that kind of heavy award must mean something, right? She went back, so reassessed. The family reassessed, and they recognized the value of everything. Boom, go back, invited, talk everything, and I think at this moment, the reason Rebecca she made a quick decision is she sense one is the urgency. Urgency means like she is valued, right? Not only from her job, the position as a housewife, as a wife to control everything, to inherit everything, because he can calculate how old is his father, how old is his uncle Abraham, right? So he knew he soon will be the queen. Basically, she will be the queen. So you have to take the opportunity, catch the opportunity as fast as you can. And what about the bandit? Nobody really reminds the pirate bandit. I think somehow I think bandit in here is more like a profit driven, and they rely on the intelligence, rely on all their like surveillance, everything. So they, from one point is they're behind the actions. They not predict things, they not perceive things, foresee things. And I think the butler, he's a foresee things. So you need to like have a sense of a foresee things. Because Rebecca, she foresee her future. She assess her value again and again. She realized her value. So she, firstly, she offered water, made an effort. Secondly, she made a quick decision and just go. And she even doesn't want any gift from her mother's side, right? Her father's side. Also, she put her mask on her face. Maybe it's a culture, but another thing is she want to see like what Isaac, what kind of person he is. If Isaac is just looking for face, or Isaac can't control himself, then it's a different story. But Isaac doesn't urgently to want to see what she looks like. So Isaac's character is more like a more obedient, more meek, more polite, something. So she's assessed again and again. So that's a good story. It's a big story. I think like if we have people interested, we can like keep discussing and discussing. It's really good. And my dog, she doesn't want to discuss. She left.